Solo Hardcore has come a long way since the first Victor, and recently it's been beaten with 4 towers. But what if I say you can do better? Before we discuss that, who did this feat? The player in question is Spectral. The towers that were used in this loadout were Accelerator, Mercenary Base, Engineer, and Brawler. Although he had high DPS, he was barely able to kill the Void Reaver, doing so on the last stretch of the path. Because we only have 3 slots, we need to use each carefully. The first tower is Engineer. Engineer was chosen because of its high late game DPS. With this, it can also detect balloon, lead, and hidden enemies. Next, we're going to be taking Brawler. Brawler is very good early game as well as having high late game DPS, not even to mention the stunning capabilities. Lastly, we're taking Gold Minigunner. Because Gold Minigunner does not have a placement cap, it is very useful in this loadout. Now that we have our loadout, time to do a little bit of math. That ultimately means nothing. With all the towers, I'll have at most 7,696 DPS, but that's a maximum. We need what an average would be. Using Spectral's run, we can find that his average DPS was about 66% of the maximum DPS of the loadout, so we can use that number to roughly get what an average would be for our loadout, which would be 5,084. While this number isn't 100% accurate, it's close enough to where we can use it. By dividing the Void Reaver's total health by this average DPS, we can get a time of 3 minutes and 56 seconds. The time in Spectral's video is 3 minutes and 23 seconds. That's a 30-second loss. The Void Reaver has multiple abilities that he can use mid-fight. Out of all of these, only one has him standing completely still, and that's Void Portal. During this ability, he opens a portal that spawns enemies, but most importantly, he stands completely still. If you were to do this ability 6 times, that'd make up for the lost time. The only issue, that's very rare. So to put in simple terms, it's nearly impossible. Nearly impossible doesn't mean completely impossible, so maybe somebody could be lucky enough to get this run. With all things considered, 3 tower hardcore might be possible, but the luck required is just unimaginable. So it probably won't happen for a while. So why am I talking about something that won't happen for a while? Because if this were to happen, it puts the boundary of what's possible in TDS even higher than it already is. So take what you will out of this video. That's all that I'm going to talk about. I recommend watching Spectral's video about the 4-slot solo hardcore. It's very interesting.